Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play This is the Police. So it's day 178, it's 8th of January, and I'm still in a state of shock after the last episode where so many cops have died. It's just tragic. So I'll do maximum in this episode, which is probably going to be the last. We can do all 3 days at once. And we're just going to hope that we'll prevent any more casualties. So today's headlines: Study, Racism is a Disease, Tragedy on the Advertising Set, Spotlight Collapse, Director Killed, and Suburbs host Asian Culture Festival. Okay, Southern wants a day off, sure. Hutchinson has a panic attack. No. Shiro is tired. No. No heartburn. Okay, we'll keep everyone for today's shift and see how we'll perform. I'm a bit giddy because I think this is going to be the last episode and I just don't want to mess up anything. From Avi Carlos, check, some of your men were just here filing a formal complaint against you. So far it hasn't gotten any further than my desk. You want me to make it go away? Yes. Here's a sweet gift from me, Mr. Boyd. Okay, so they're pissed. Yeah, snitch. They're pissed that I didn't give them a day off. Vandalism. As lawyer Paul Herges exited his car, he noticed some menacing guys painting a swastika on the parking lot. It looked like one of the guys had a gun in his belt, Mr. Herges added. If you arrest them, give them my number, I'd be happy to represent them. Okay, so we'll be super careful this time with our cops. Drug use. Literature teacher Mrs. Gunderson noticed traces of white powder on the backpacks of some of her senior students. All of them are taking drugs and are coming to classes stoned. What is happening to the youth? On their backpacks, huh? I'm pretty sure that's not a real thing. Today the city is hosting a half marathon. Voices need to provide support. Okay, you guys go in there. Armed robber at the riverbank. A truck rammed into a bank. A man carrying a gun jumped out and demanded the truck be filled with cash. Okay, well that's one of these cases where we have to be at, so go. Yeah, okay. The traces of white powder on the backpacks were just normal chalk dust from blackboard. I was like actually expecting, how high if you should be. I was expecting a donut sprinkles. Okay, I refused to send help, and I did well. Okay. Assault. Mrs. Ferguson walked into a restaurant and asked for some water to wash down her anxiety pill. The waitress rudely refused to help her. Everybody has to pay, lady. Mrs. Ferguson grew enraged and grabbed the girl by the hair. I'll teach you to respect your elders, you little shit. Okay, and... Mission from the Labor Union. Mr. Boyd, my inspector for labor safety, Miho Vasilescu, has completely lost his mind. I told him clearly, when you check out the True Colors Hotel, make sure everything passes in good order. But he just went back to the hotel and wrote a bunch of tickets. Now the owner of the hotel is wearing me out on the phone because we had a very beneficial gentleman's agreement with him. Meanwhile, Vasilescu just went out into the country on a fishing holiday. Please send some officers to have a word with him and make sure he learns to follow the orders of his superiors. No. Let's send flowers and Tsubaki here. The robber and the riverbank. Employees and bank patrons are throwing packets of money into the truck. A man with a gun is directing them. Fill up the truck or everybody dies. Drop your weapon. The robber opens his jacket, showing that he's got dynamite strapped to his chest. I'll blow everybody to hell unless you get out of my way. Shoot him in the head. Step back or throw stun grenades. Shoot him in the head. And we found explosives. I'm not gonna, maim the guy for doing his job. A firefight in the ghetto. A terrified Mrs. Mosley called to report that she heard gunshots on the floor of her building. When I heard the shots, I looked through the peephole and saw several men shooting at each other. I immediately fell to the floor and crawled over to the phone. Okay, that sounds serious, so you guys go. Assault with an offensive weapon. Joseph Halper met his neighbor Sharon Roberts while she was walking Dee Dee, her chihuahua. He grabbed her by the hair and began to shout and berate her. He claimed she's gotten the smell of skunk all over the house, and her staircase is filthy. He repeatedly struck the girl and then grabbed the dog and cut its throat with a large hunting knife. A young man passing by stood up for the terrified woman, and a fight has broken out. Jesus Christ. Okay, we got that dealt with. Man, this guy is crazy. Rape at the University of Freiburg. Help! Mr. Zambezi raped me! The desperate call was followed by a terrified woman's scream from inside a closed auditorium. The police were called by some students who were getting ready for the philosophy lecture. I think that's actually a false call. Closed auditorium. Who would rape someone in an auditorium? I think that's I'm gonna risk that. It seems like a false call. Yeah, it turns out that no one touched the girl. She was unhappy with her grade and decided to teach a lesson to her philosophy teacher. When the professor entered the auditorium, she quietly closed the door and began to scream. Okay, you guys got the firefight under control. Counterfeiting in the port warehouses. A man was caught at a gas station trying to pay with counterfeit cash. He confessed and told us where he got the phony notes. There's a warehouse operating a dozen machines printing counterfeit money, and from there it goes through the port and gets distributed across the whole country. Suicide threat. About 15 congregants of the Church of the 13th Coming have gathered in the park, covered themselves in gasoline, and are preparing for self-immolation to assist the Lord's return, that he may punish all the sinners. So you don't need the paddy wagon. But I don't think we have enough cops for both of these. So I could risk it and send a couple to each, but okay, so a paddy wagon, Purdy, Yancey, Tsubaki, Austin, and Oshiro here, and you guys over here. I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but hostage situation with a fatal casualty. 4 men armed to the teeth broke into the casino and demanded all the cash. Some visitors thought it was all part of a big show, and with smiles on their faces tried to get closer to the performance. The robbers didn't take kindly to the attention and opened fire at the crowd. That's great. That's just awesome. That is just awesome.
9/11 in progress.
So let's hope that's enough. Okay, we get these guys. You come back quickly, because if that is a theft in the park. A passerby noticed a burly man pulling up park benches and urns and loading them onto his truck. It was night, so I asked him what he was doing, and he just said the city was doing an inventory of its property. Okay, so let's send Yancy, Austin, and Oshiro, and we can send Purdy and Tsubaki to help with that casino thing. Counterfeiting. As soon as he spots the police, the old man grabs a bag filled with money and makes a break for it. She's the suspect. Okay, that was fairly easy. Mass riot! What's up with the city tonight? That's insane. So did the SWAT team manage to... No, they want reinforcements. We're gonna send them. Okay, you guys got them. What are we gonna do with this mass riot? Well, we need to send cops. Hundreds of Freeburg residents lined up for hours outside the mall in anticipation of the annual Midnight Monster sale. When the store door finally opened, the people rushed inside, smashing everything in their path. Men and women started tearing out each other's hair and gouging out eyes, fighting over irons, VCRs, and other products. There are already dozens of victims, and the crowd is still going wild. "Come stop the bloodshed," begged a guard named Lona Rodriguez, straining to be heard over the angry mob. Okay. Well, we're getting some people back. So I'll send them to reinforce. Oh wow, they did it. Awesome. And we found money. Yeah. I guessed as much. Go. Need you guys there. Nice. Okay, so let's... Oh, there's the assault. Okay. So, what do we have here? What do we have here? So, we need to plan the assault. I have put my people in several places, and now the question is if it's right. So a couple of things that I'm worried about. I'm not sure about this, honestly. I was thinking about it, and I think that the original pond caretaker collapsed sewer drain gate. Great. I even told my superiors about it, but they were more interested in what I was doing at the bottom of the pond. What was the other one? Pond caretaker. Recently tried to place a rusted out sewer grate in the pond, ways of the boat station. I don't think it's this boat station. I think we need to go in here. I know he said that they were sitting at the dock, but then they were fishing, and maybe it's this one? Rusted sewer grate. Did he say that? Collapsed sewer drain gate. Yeah, so I think that's this one. Because he just got the drain gate, but this is where it really is. Now, another thing that I am a bit worried about is... What's this situation? Now, they kept saying something about the roof. No, we want to go through the back. And they specifically said... saying that a competent commander covered by a couple of fighters. So I think they might want to send this guy here. That's the team leader, yeah? An experienced commander, yeah. So that's a direct hint that he needs to go in here. Which means at the front, though, they managed to say something about the front. The main entrance is a real thoroughfare. Tourists could walk through there like nothing. Large caliber rifles. This is probably where... So if we go through here, we'll need reinforcements. I can't put you here, right? So we would rather put them over here. So they can support them. There was something about that as well. And he was afraid of the roof. Not entirely sure. And what did the sniper said? I'm pretty sure we need the snipers here. That was mentioned, but I'm still unsure about the cathedral. Already in front of our blessed cathedral. Fell inside. Oh, here he is. I wasn't going to kill anybody. After I left the army, I felt like a hole in my heart. I couldn't keep my head straight. I wasn't there to hurt anyone, just to get a good viewpoint of the area. Lone gunman would do better on the roof of the church or the courthouse. This is the courthouse. A lone gunman would do better here. I see the City Hall courtyard. Yeah, that's glass timber gathered. Is there someone about the university? Because honestly, this entire part, if I understand correctly, his office is in here. We're gonna go through the back, through here and here. There's that, rusted sewer manhole, something. I don't know what he said about that, but that has been there since the very beginning. And I kind of think that this one should be covered. I'd rather put... We don't have anyone in here, so I'd either rather put the guy here or here. Because if someone is coming out or in, a sniper will need to cover this. I don't know what kind of precise... Do we need you... No. So that's why we cover the front entrance. We're gonna come in from the pond. We're gonna attack from here and here and here. So we're gonna get in through the sides, and we'll have a sniper covering the front. This guy from here couldn't get a good angle, and we got the two snipers. Well, we got the two snipers here, so they could cover these angles. Yeah, I think it's better to have him in the front. Okay, I don't know how precisely we need to get this. Let's try it this way. Yes, I'm sure we want to start the assault. Stuart Rogers was shot during the assault. Mr. Boyd, I will not bore you with praise. You know full well how fine of a job you've done. I'd rather take advantage of this opportunity. We so rarely write letters, to touch upon what we've never dared speak of in person. Miss Lana Berman, I know that what I did must have hurt you. Yeah, so it was him. He gave her documents. I once told you that I feel no pleasure in the suffering of others, and I was not lying. So please do not imagine I am prone to wild whims, or would ever attack you so personally. You know why I had to do it. I imagine that's why you never brought it up. Why did he do that? I don't understand that. Anyone got a clue why he would have to do that? I understand that this morning Kevin Paulson is taking your place. I already have a plan to get rid of him, but tomorrow you just have to look on in silence as he mismanages the police department. I imagine this will be unpleasant for you, but your torments will be short-lived. By day's end, I'll send you a note describing how we are to proceed. Sincerely, Eugene Chaffee. Day 179. Freeburg Police storm City Hall. Stuart Rogers killed in shootout. Mayor Rogers resisting arrest killed in armed standoff. Freeburg coup d'etat. January 1st day.
Hey, Jack! Do you mind if I take Stet's office? Your office seemed a little ratty. No offense, Jack. Jack! I don't mind the broken nose, Jack. I know you were just upset. Hey, Jack, talk to me. Jack! Jack!
Okay, so today we just watch. The end. From Chaffee. Mr. Boyd, ever since we first met, you have filled my mind with questions. Will we ever have a meeting of the minds? I doubt you share many of my ideals, but I never doubted your intellect. And by now, I have little doubt that you, an intelligent man, have already figured out that I can possibly keep all my promises. Your time is up, Mr. Boyd, even as mine is just beginning. I suppose it would be unpleasant if, come tomorrow, security ejects you from the building. We are better men than that. I ask that you be gone from the police station by dawn. As for the other part of the deal, not to worry. I wouldn't let you leave empty-handed. In this bag you will find enough money to last you for the rest of your life. $1. Well, we got $958,575. Well, Freiburg, January the 10th. Deputy Police Chief Martin Stedt found dead, mutilated. Freiburg prosecutor Shea Broom dies of heart attack. And Freiburg winter the coldest in 60 years.
How can I help you, sir?
I just want to go in.
Excuse me, sir, only members are allowed into the club.
Don't I look like a member of the club?
I'm sorry, sir, but the club is not accepting new members at this time.
What are you, brand new here? I'm an old member of the club. I've been a member for 30 fucking years.
I'm sorry, sir, but I think you've made a mistake. Have a good evening.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38.
so that's it. That is This Is the Police. Now, I really doubt that if we sided with Mayor Rogers, things would end up differently. I think he wouldn't take the deal, or he would break his promise the same way as Chaffee did. I just really hope that Kevin Paulson would not be the next chief of Freeburg Police, because that would be a disaster. Now, as far as the game goes, I have to say it had one of the best stories I've ever seen in a video game, and I greatly enjoyed it. There is a This Is the Police 2, and I owe it, so if you guys want me to play that one as well, please let me know. I would be happy to go through it. I'll need to check the ratings and some information about it, if it's as good as 1 or better, because I would hate to, spoil it. Now, the game itself had the best story. It seemed a bit dragged in some places, but I understand, it had a time frame, and even like this they made 2 major skips. I'm just sad that the story didn't really take care of Lana, and it didn't tie the ending there. And I'm also sorry that, well, it did take care of Lana. She's becoming the next prosecutor of Freeburg, but it didn't explain what's going to happen between Boyd and her. And also, one thing that I feel kind of sad about is, well, I don't know. It's a bit of a mixed feeling. I feel sad that we didn't get any information about what's going to happen in the future of Freeburg and what's going to happen with Jack now that he was kicked out of the club and, other things. But, we managed to save up quite a lot of money, nearly $1 million, so he should retire in peace. He has a house, a car, so things are going well for him. I also don't know if he's starring in This Is the Police 2, so yeah, I on purpose avoid any spoilers with games like these. So, this is probably the place where I have to say thank you, goodbye, and I'll see you next time with some more Let's Plays. Probably with This Is the Police 2 down the line as well. Till then, you guys, take care.